Well, I told Sam. I said, dude, everybody loves you when you're on there. Everybody likes you. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to talk. Just And I said, I need to do better at, like, hey, what are your thoughts? What are going to people? I think the first few I wasn't as good at it, and that's fine. I mean, I told him, look, I'm not going to keep bugging you. If you don't want to come on, that's fine. He said it wasn't his thing, but he said he doesn't mind doing it, and so, my thing is I don't want to keep texting, hey, you want to come on? Want to come on? Like I'm done asking. I get kind of tired of asking people and making them, because I know when people keep asking me to do something I don't want to do, I feel kind of bad or guilty, and I don't want to put that on somebody. So, but like I said, I told him, I said, you don't have to talk. It's just when you feel the need to say something, say something. Everybody's actually enjoyed having you on it. So
Yeah, he's got a good input. I just don't think he's naturally aggressive like that.
Which is fine. That's why I have the.
And I'm probably too much.
All right. There we are. Episode 5.
6.2.
I'm laughing because we actually literally just had a whole 45 minutes of talk, and it was actually really deep and good, and my audio wasn't working, and I always test it. But I didn't test it this time, and paid the price. The second time I've done that, and
Is it working now?
I tested it, and I could see it now moving, and I knew it earlier, and I got sidetracked. Anyway, so I got a couple things. We're gonna redo topic.
You might need a producer.
Well, when give me more subscribers, and then can afford one. So I have a new button. So I think Vince is one of the main ones that it even sounds louder now that the audio is actually recording. But people like my brother who like to interrupt and talk over people and stuff. God bless you. I'm not mad. I'm just saying I got the new goat scream button. Can you hear that in your ear?
I heard it.
That way tells you to shut up. Also, the other new addition, I got the Unfiltered Among Friends podcast coasters.
Let's go.
Woo! So, anyway, I got my notepad. I didn't have that last time. I always watch stuff and make notes of what I want to talk about. What sucks about this is I had a bunch of notes and I got wet and they all erased. Pissing me off, but whatever. I had all my notes, so I'm going to do this now. When I did my thing with Amber, the 13 steps, all my notes, affirmations were in here, and it got wet. They're all gone.
Are they gone?
Yeah. So I guess I'm just going to have to.
Are you done with her?
No, I'm going to probably do
another round.
Yeah, a couple things, but she's moving. She's moving, and she's in the process of moving. So she hasn't really been doing a lot of lives anymore. She used to do a lot lives twice a week.
Did you ever do anything in person with her?
In person, no. On Messenger, on the phone,
yeah.
FaceTime, yeah. But in person, no. But I watch her lives. And
where's she moving to?
Montana.
So, where about?
I'm not sure. So, she still does her tarot readings and stuff like that. But yeah, she hasn't been as active because she's been busy doing that. So, but speaking of lives, that's definitely something I want to do. I wanted to wait till we got more people and stuff, but we just need to do it one night. Here's the thing about live though. I can't edit.
Oh yeah, you can't dump.
So
gotta watch what you say.
I can edit. I can upload it after the fact and edit then, but as far as so, but that's something I would like to do. And to reiterate that, if anybody's watching would like to come on, let me know. I would love to get more people on. It's getting hard to get people coming on. I know people are busy. I want to get more females on, so they're interested, do a little debate about something, or people who are into politics, stuff like that. So I got a few people I want to get on. Hopefully, I can talk into getting on.
You want to name names?
Yeah, I mean, I know Dixie's one. I think he would be good to talk politics about, which we're going to get into in a minute, because he's into that. And I think he'd maybe be into the conspiracy stuff possibly. And then, I mean, I like to get more women on just to do like the conversation we had about men and women being friends and all that kind of stuff, getting perspectives.
What did we determine, that men and women can be friends or cannot?
If you can't hang out with that person, that girl one-on-one, go to the movies and do all that stuff, then Vince's question was, can you be friends with a woman like you can a man?
But you're talking about from a married person's standpoint?
Yes. And
can you have a female friend that your wife is not friends with, that you hang out with when you're not around your wife? That's the question, I think, right?
Right. Well, his exact question was, can you be friends with a female like you can a man?
You definitely can.
And my opinion, my comment was, like, I could call up Troy, I call up you, we can go out, we can go to the bar, have a drink, we can go to the movies, we can do all that, just me and you as friends. Would your wife be okay if you did that with a female? And I guarantee most of the answers would be no.
Correct. Yeah. That's
so you cannot be friends with a woman like you can a man.
But if you're single, I definitely
single, sure.
I definitely have women that I'm friends with.
But there's also that ulterior motive probably that you are open with. Like,
I think that was your question earlier. Like, if you had a chance, would you? And the answer, of course, is yes. Of course, I would. I'm a living, breathing male human. But that's not the main focus with a couple of friends right now, though. So, but would I? Yeah.
All right. So anyway, Amberly, 13 Step Tarot. I'll put it on the screen.
Was that your plug?
Yes. But yeah, I want to get more people. So if you're listening, you're interested, slide into my DMs. Let me know. Maybe I'll pay for your gas to come up here. I know where you are. I don't know. But I just need to try to. I don't want this to end before it takes off.
I'm actually low on gas. Can you fill me up before I leave?
Well, I don't actually have any gas here.
Oh, well, maybe we could go to the gas station together.
I mean, I got that 100 you gave me, so you only need to give me 30, so 70 of it's yours.
When did I give you that?
See, I knew you'd forget too, and I'm like, I could just keep this 100. You'll never.
I saw 100 on your table. I was like, oh, big roller.
Yeah, I know. You gave, because I said you still haven't paid. You're like, here's 100. I'm like, dude, it's 30. Like, oh, okay. I'm like, dude, I'm giving you.
Dude, you owe me $70. What's up?
I know I do. Until you forget. But see, it's on the podcast.
You shouldn't take advantage of drunk people.
I didn't. I tried to watch the podcast. I tried to give it back to you, and you're like, no. And I just said, fuck it, fine. I had full intention of giving you back the 70. So, well, maybe 65 now, $5
finder fee.
Yeah. Anyway,
processing fee.
Well, let's get back to what we were talking about. Maybe get this in now that we have audio, and it pisses me off. But I think we can talk about it again. But the big thing going on right now in the news, I'm sure everyone's aware of. Some people are probably even sick of hearing about it. Maybe it depends on the person. Some people maybe not care, maybe some do, but is Charlie Kirk assassination, which is a big deal because there's no reason for it. He was, I know he had a lot of views people didn't like, but it's not like he was up there just spouting off what he believed. I mean, he believed it, but he had facts. It was facts. It wasn't like just, oh, the Seattle Seahawks are the best team in the world, and I mean, obviously there's no proof that that's the case.
Obviously, the Mariners are the best team in the world, not the Seahawks.
Well, right now, I guess they're doing pretty good. So I was trying to pull it up, but that tablet's so damn slow. Oh, no, your thoughts, Charlie Kirk. Go. Do I need to play the audio back? Oh, I don't have it.
Oh, no. The whole Charlie Kirk, it's the biggest conversation in American social discourse right now, and it's not just politics. It's not just religion. It's American life, the American way, and whether you agreed with Charlie or not. And personally, I agreed with him on a lot of things, and some I didn't, and I don't know how deep we'll go into that. But no matter what, in America, you have the ability to say whatever you believe. You should be able to say it out loud. You have freedom of speech, and you should not take a bullet for it, ever. And that's becoming more and more common in our society today, and it's not, something's wrong. It's not good.
No, and I think we touched on it. Seems to be more of the left that are more violent towards this kind of stuff.
I would agree with that.
Where the right is more protesting and calmly protesting, and they use their words more, and they don't resort to violence. And like I've been watching, like at the memorial, is the guy that was, like I said, he spit on the memorial, jumped on it, and then he like slapped himself in the neck and fell, like mocking basically Charlie Kirk's death. And then they're all saying F Charlie Kirk's. Like, why do you have so much hate to do that? How do you hate somebody so much that you can do that?
I was actually talking to some old friends of mine from high school, like way back last week, and I had recently reconnected with these guys, and I was shocked at the conversation we had, because it was like the day that it happened, or maybe the day after. I think it was the day it happened, and they were both just out loud ripping him upside one down the other, that he's a piece of shit, he deserved to die, and there more of that kind should die. And I was just like, whoa, guys, I don't think I can continue this conversation. Like, I'm not I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, but the thing is, you didn't all of a sudden get violent and want to shoot him. You just said, I'm not okay with it, and you walked away. The thing about Charlie Kirk is, what I don't get is he went to these colleges. He wasn't like forcing his message on people. He wasn't like a Mormon going door to door. He's challenging their minds. They're in college to learn. He's there trying to help them learn and understand things.
It's an open mic, free speech debate going on.
Right. And it's
everybody that came up to the mic was, you don't have to go to the mic. It's voluntary. You can come up, or you can just not even go there.
He wasn't forcing people, and he wasn't. It's just people had their opinions, and he would have his and show and put out facts, and it's like, I don't get it. I mean, I enjoyed watching him. I know Crowder used to do the same thing. He had the change my mind thing, but then he, I don't know, I guess stopped doing it, and then Kirk took over doing it. I know they were friends, I believe, but yeah, I don't get it. Like, I enjoyed it because I like hearing other people's opinions too, and it's good to see how people really think. And there's people that are so damaged in the way they think, and like, like they really think they're being held down by
victim mentality.
It's like he's trying to help them come out of that. My way, he was trying to, I mean, he had his opinions on abortion and all that, and I know that's a big subject people talk about, and some people are okay with abortion, some are against abortion, and then there's like, when is abortion okay, and how long is it ever okay? Is it okay up to a certain amount of months? I know
it's a great conversation. It's a very American conversation, because America's the most lenient country on how far we allow it to happen. There are no other countries in the world that allow later than we allow for abortions, and a lot of countries don't allow it at all.
Right. I don't understand. I mean, there's a big that's the whole thing too, is when does life begin? Is it at conception? Is it when there's the heartbeat? Is it, when is it? Like,
I have two children that I've raised, and I have both of their sonogram pictures on picture boards in my office for me, as soon as I saw that form on that little camera on the, I think it's called a sonogram.
Yeah, I
That's
believe so.
that's when it became real for me. Like I could see, like I'd say it to today, like Christian's nose in that little picture is the same nose he's got today. And so when I looked at that picture and I go, that's a human, that's a baby.
Well, it's also because like I couldn't speak on that because I don't have kids, and that's a big thing. Like if my opinion was abortion's okay, I'm coming from a person who's never seen that, heard the heartbeat, seen that picture of something I helped produce. So my view on it's a lot different than yours because you have. So I would never say if I believe abortion's okay, and I'm not saying I believe that or not. I'm just saying if I did, that's just my opinion on what I believe. But like I said, you got people. What my whole point is you have to kind of understand. Like your opinion can vary between what you've experienced and stuff.
Absolutely.
And like I said, you're probably more against it because you've had kids, which I don't know if you are or not. You don't have to say.
I don't mind saying what my view is. I would say overall, from a political standpoint, I'm conservative. I would say I'm right of center. I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm MAGA, but I am like several notches right of center, and I'm conservative, and I am pro-life, but with a caveat that ultimately I think it comes down to a woman's right to choose, and that's not the pro-life stance, but that's my stance. Like if my daughter or my any woman that's important in my life, my aunt, my nieces, my cousins, my ex-wife, when it comes right down to it, they need to be able to choose what's right for them, and I'm not going to fight that or get in the way of that. So that's my opinion.
Right. I mean, I agree. Aborted babies, like at late terms when they have arms and legs, I don't. What is it? I know it's pretty high. I don't know what Washington is.
12 weeks.
I mean, there's some places where they're almost at term or something, isn't it?
Yeah, depending on the state. Yeah.
And that's the other thing is I know like the Roe versus Wade whole thing got overturned. Everybody freaked out about it, but it's like it just
got turned back to the states.
Right. It was just they're not saying, they let the state decide. So instead of it being one thing throughout the whole country, it's now each state gets to choose. Yeah. Which, but again, people hear what they want to hear, and then
I mean, having said that, I want my daughter to be able to make her own choice about her own body. I 100% believe that. At the same time, if she's pregnant, I don't want her to have I hope she never has to have an abortion.
Okay,
I would not want her to have to go through that. I would try to help her every way I could to, take care of that child and raise that child. So, but again, it's got to be up to her. She's 22 years old.
And I don't know what I'm at. So what if a girl gets SA'd? Sexual assault. And gets pregnant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be up to them.
Like a girl shouldn't be forced to have a kid she doesn't want. Especially
but
if it comes to that.
That's pretty. That's an exception. So people use that as like that's mainstream. That's what happens.
Correct.
The problem is most of your abortions are not that. They're I don't know the numbers, but I would probably guess that 60 to 70% are just a form of birth control.
Right, and that's the other thing that pisses me off. It's like don't use it as a form of birth control. Like, come on, like be smart. And and I guess the other thing on top of that is
the problem is kids aren't smart though. The kids that are getting pregnant, they're 16, 17, 15, whatever. They're not smart. They're kids.
Yeah, well, a lot of that's how they're being raised now, and I guess it's always kind of been that way, but it's more glorified now. Back when I was in high school, if you were pregnant in high school, you hid it. No one knew. But now, then all of a sudden,
if you
had TV
shows
16 and pregnant, and they had well, even if you were pregnant, when I was in high school, it wasn't it was like a bad thing, or there was a stigma to it, where like, hey, girls usually hid it, or then they would leave school and go to an alternative or something because of it. But now it's praised. Now, hey, I'm gonna have 5 kids with 4 baby daddies, and the whole term baby daddy, baby mama. I hate that fucking term. That's like trash. That's trash. I hate that. It's just I hate it. I hate that term. But and people use it. They don't want to work because they want to sit on get food stamps or EBT, and the more kids you have, the more money you get. And it's like I don't know. There's just some disconnect now, and it's like glorified, and it's like I'm not saying you should be ashamed and vilified because you're pregnant, but you shouldn't be proud, and you shouldn't be. I mean, when you're 16 and you're having a kid, you're a child. You shouldn't be having a kid, and they need to really teach. I don't know. They need to figure it out. I don't know. It's sad.
Just to go a little further on my beliefs on abortion and what should be done there, and it being the choice of the women. I agree with that, but I also have my personal experience with abortion from high school, to where I participated twice.
And what do you mean you participated?
I mean, I got a girl pregnant, and she opted not to keep the baby, and I participated in that. I helped pay for it. So there's that. So I if I said I didn't believe, like, I would be a total hypocrite if I said I'm pro-life, exclamation point. That's the only way to go. It's complicated.
Asterisk.
What you said. So, but the other thing is, I learned over the last 2 or 3 years that there is somebody else that I was involved with that I didn't know that that she was pregnant, and she did it on her own, and I didn't find out until 30 years later. So it's very complicated. It's not a simple subject.
No, it's not, and it could be a touchy one. But I do think too is, I mean, then you get into the rights of the man. Like, just should the man have the right? I know there's a big debate where if the guy wants to keep it and the woman doesn't, she should have to carry it. I don't agree with that because it's obviously her body. I get it. Some people believe she should. But I do believe if the guy didn't want to have kids, he should be able to waive his rights and not be responsible in any way.
Oh, you mean if he wants her to have an abortion and she doesn't want to do it?
If he doesn't want kids.
Yeah.
Now, I know people say, well, he should have wrapped it up. He should have. But again, women have how many forms of birth control? Guys have one. So, yeah, you're stupid if you don't wear a condom. On it, you're stupid. And then I know condoms aren't 100%. But guess what? They're not 100% because people don't use them right. Because people don't, they expire, or they don't check them because they sit in their wallet or wherever, or they use it, don't use it, they have sex without it, like, oh, I'll wait, and once I get close I'll put it on, but then they don't think about pre-cum.
They don't have them in my size, so.
Well, are you talking
small, medium, large? Oh my God.
But I think if a guy could sign away his rights to that kid, it may help reduce women having kids to hopefully keep a guy around. And I think, I don't know if that's the thing now. I know it used to be a thing where girls would get pregnant, be like, oh, well, I'm pregnant. And I mean, hell, you don't know. There's psycho guys out there. Look at some of those guys that have killed women because they've gotten pregnant, and it's like, yeah, you don't know if you force this baby on someone, he may end up saying, hey, I don't want a kid, and I guess you got to go with the kid. I'm not saying I don't condone it. It's sad, but it's just saying.
So we got onto abortion as a hot button item that Charlie Kirk would discuss.
Yes,
and he would have a much more pure kind of far right religious
and
view
more.
Of
it. He would be able to explain it better, and yes, I agree. I would never debate him because I wouldn't be able to. But yeah, and that's what sucks is he's gone. I mean, I know we talked about, he said his wife's going to take over. But is anyone going to want to come out and start talking to college kids again? Because
there's going to be a ton. There's going to be more than ever. That movement's going to be bigger than it ever was.
Right. I mean, and then is it going to be, okay, well, no more outdoor stuff, or are you going to beef up security? And then I said, do you trust security? Like, how do you know one of the security officers isn't like hate the guy and gonna let somebody slip through? Like,
yeah.
I think about that crap, and it's like, I don't know. It's because I know there's always, there's all these conspiracies out there. Like I said with Trump, there's conspiracies of how did he get up to that building and no one checked, and they had snipers here and there, and then with Charlie Kirk, I heard there's supposed to, people are talking about like a second shooter or something, which I know has been debunked, but it's like I don't know. It's but
Well,
you're
the conspiracies on the internet are rampant, no matter what.
right. I mean, everything has conspiracy behind it.
There's 20 conspiracies to every truth.
Well, that's. I mean, we'll go back to it. I want to, but once we're done with this one,
But the truth is that guy took a bullet to the neck, and I think he was dead instantly. We talked about that earlier. Like people were saying, he's in critical condition for a couple of hours after that. I disagree. I think I saw the way he went down, and I've seen animals go down. I've shot animals that way before, and he was gone. Like I think he was gone.
well, hopefully he went quick.
I hope so too. I hope he didn't suffer.
But just the fact, like you said, it's how do you get so fucked up in your ideology and just that you can be like hate somebody so bad that you want to kill them, and it's like, and again, it's you see the left that are so fucked up and pushing this agenda and violence and all this shit that it's. I guess I'm not trying to go against say left and right and let's fight. It's just I don't know. We gotta take a quick break and we'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back. I only paused that. I didn't stop it. We'll see how it works. One thing I was gonna bring up is going with the Charlie Kirk thing is yeah.
But
No, it was in my head. I had it, and then we talked. You said Mariners, and it popped out of my head. But you were saying something about a percentage of the youth or college kids or something
about new chapters or what? What are we talking
yeah,
about?
like. Well, I think earlier I asked you, you believe this is going to lead to a civil war,
Oh, I don't.
and then you kind of reiterated about something about people believing and like turnout or.
It's a big movement. I think I don't know the exact numbers, but they were saying that TPUSA was hoping for like 20,000 chapters over 10 years in different high schools and colleges, and now all of a sudden they have like 32,000 applications for new chapters, and so it's a big movement that's gonna keep going. It's been made bigger. He's a martyr.
Yeah,
It's been made much larger now than it was before.
which I guess backfired for them, huh? I mean, we touched on what's his name getting fired.
Oh, are you talking about the swing between young men between the age of 18 and 24? There's a 44-point swing
Yes.
over the last 2 years. It used to be negative 19
Yeah,
for Republican, and now it's plus 23. So it's a big swing over the last 2 years. That's 100% Charlie's impact on that. Well, Charlie and Trump too, but
which is, I think, the reason why they would want to take somebody out like that, because he's changing minds.
Yeah.
He's not forcing the change. He's educating them.
and allowing
He's doing
and
more.
allowing people to have their own beliefs.
Yeah, he's educating them probably more than the fucking colleges are, because a lot of these colleges are woke. A lot of these colleges teach bullshit things and expect you, and that's one thing I hated about school, and that's why I like to get Troy on and talk to him about his kids and being in school and what he has to deal with. But I would not. I'm so glad I don't have kids that are at school age right now.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
glad mine are done with school too.
I would be probably doing homeschool because there's just no way I could deal with that shit. And that's just the whole thing is just, what, but I think we're going to touch on who was the guy who just got fired.
Kimmel.
Yes. Which people are talking about, free speech and blah, blah, blah. And I believe in free speech. And the problem with, first of all, like you said, it was a corporation that fired him, a private corporation.
That's right.
And what like I said is you do have the right to free speech, but that doesn't protect you from being fired. It doesn't protect you from getting your ass kicked. It doesn't protect, you can say whatever you want, but you don't have protection from the
The consequences of your speech. Yeah, no, our right to free speech is that the government cannot come in and tell you what you can and can't say. That's free speech.
Right, but I think somewhere along the line, people think is they can say whatever they want without consequences. That's not the case. And the thing about
Kimmel can still continue to say whatever he wants on whatever platform he can find. He's just not employed by that company anymore. And if you look at his ratings over the last 10 years, it's like a downward year over year over year over year. It was a money decision by Disney, and it was a convenient time there. I think they're probably very happy with their decision because they were losing money on this guy, paying him way too much, and then he did that massive slip up where he's just basically telling a falsehood.
Yeah, he lied.
Yeah, and he's not a news guy. He's supposed to be a comedian.
Right, and
I don't like him. I've not liked him for a long time. But we were talking about other comedians like Fallon. I like Fallon.
Well, and
you brought up Johnny Carson.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah. You brought up Johnny Carson,
Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Even the redhead
David Letterman.
Yep. And who's the redheaded guy? He was a little later. Conan.
Oh, Conan.
Yeah.
Right, and there was it wasn't political.
It was entertainment.
Yeah, it was purely like, they didn't. Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of where we're at today. Is everything is so.
And even Carson, there's great clips of Carson talking about he will absolutely not get into politics. That's not his job. It's not his lane. He was there to be funny and entertain, and he was good.
I think I watched a lot. I didn't really watch a lot of those shows. What about Arsenio Hall?
I loved Arsenio Hall.
I think that's like one of the ones I watched. I like David Letterman too. I wasn't a big Jay Leno fan. I like Jimmy Fallon. He has some good ones I watch. I don't know. I haven't watched him lately, but
I still like Fallon. There's a lot of political discussion about late night, and there's a lot of conspiracy theorists, and there's a lot of far right. I'm not far right. And I like Fallon. I think he's funny. I think he does good
him
commentary.
And Timberlake had some good skits.
Who?
Him and Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah.
So, like I said, one of the funniest ones I saw was him and Bradley Cooper, where they couldn't stop laughing. But yeah, as far as Charlie Kirk, it sucks. I hope somebody else can come out and challenge the minds of our youth, because that's what they need. They need to be challenged. They need to get out of their mindset they get stuck in from either their family or from whatever.
Too much screen time. Much screen time.
I mean, I think we talked about that with Elizabeth. Is kids nowadays, you just throw them a tablet. Like,
and who knows what's on there? What are they actually? What are they looking at?
Well, there's a big thing now with have you heard of Roblox? Roblox. I think it's Roblox, but I'm familiar with it because my ex-girlfriend's granddaughter.
Oh, you had a girlfriend?
Once, yeah. She was into the game, and I'd kind of sit there and watch her play it. But it's like there's been all these things with a bunch of pedophiles getting on there.
Wait, and what game?
It's called Roblox.
Roblox?
Roblox. Let me get the name right. I want to say Roblox, but I think it's Roblox.
What's the one where
Roblox? It's like a kid game for kids.
Oh.
But there's been a lot of pedophiles getting on there, grooming and like trying to hook up with kids and getting caught and stuff like that. And there's like no security measures on that. So it's like a big controversy right now with that. So
I think we're going to see more and more of that. The need to, I don't know. You got to be. I mean, you got to have some regulations on.
But a lot of these apps do, and a lot of these things do. Like Netflix, you can put parental controls on there. You can put parental controls on things. People don't care. People are too lazy, too busy trying to be doing their own social media thing or whatever, and letting their iPhone or tablet being the fucking babysitter.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, those. We were at the very beginning of that, like when our kids were coming up, when our kids were 10, 11, 12, 13, and are they going to get a phone or not? And we were at the very beginning of wave of that. Now we're in the middle of it, and I think those kids are getting phones and tablets way too early.
Well, my ex is her daughter's kid, her granddaughter, right? Yeah, she had a phone and she was 11, 10, 11. She had a phone, but she had like limited data, she had limited screen time. There was like a lot of parental things. So she couldn't just do whatever she wanted on it. And that's good parenting. I'm okay with you getting your kid a phone. I mean, we're in the technology age. It is what it is. There should be an age limit. You shouldn't have a 9-year-old shouldn't have a fucking cell phone.
And you want to be able to get in touch with them.
Right.
What do you think?
11-year-old okay, 12-year-old okay.
What do you think about the new kind of regulations that are coming around this school year and probably next year, where the kids have to check their phones in when they get to school?
I 100% am on board with it.
Me too, 100%.
Because you see way too many. I feel bad for teachers that have to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
Because they have no power anymore. In fact, there's kids that will just punch a teacher and they have no consequences. My God, let's get into that. Remind me to go on to that. But yeah, I'm 100% with that. Like, it's ridiculous because I would not want to be a teacher. And honestly, I wish people would stop going to school to be a teacher, because eventually there would be such a shortage. They would have to pay better and they would have to make a lot of changes in order for people to get back to being a teacher. But why are you sending your kid you send your kid with the phone because fine, in case you need contact with them. But I mean, you can call the school. And
we all made it through school without being contacted during the day.
If I was sick, I would go to the office, say I'm sick. I'd call my parents. They'd come pick me up. I mean, so
yeah, social media and internet and the phones. I mean, it's never going to go away. It's only going to get more involved, and it's going to probably get worse before it gets better. But there's got to be some limits at school, I think.
I mean, there's got to be limits. Period. Like, so one thing I was talking with Landra, the girl I work with, and we were.
She's coming on next episode, by the way.
I've been trying to get around, but I was actually teasing her. I was like, just leave your kid at home. We'll leave him in the car. You can come on, just leave. Because she's had a kid.
Leave him in the hot car.
Her kid's not even 1 yet. Yeah. So, it got brought up, the legal age to, how old does a kid have to be where you can leave them alone?
Before you can leave them in a hot car.
There is no legal age in Washington that you can, there's no legal age in Washington where a kid has to be for him to be left home by themselves.
I would say rule of thumb 10, 11, if maybe you're going to go to dinner or be gone for an hour or two.
The rule of thumb.
That was our kind of rule.
Yeah, the rule of thumb I read is 12 is a good age for that, but
and not for an overnight, but for an hour or two.
Well, I mean, period. But apparently in Washington, if your kid's 5, you can leave them at home and go out to dinner, and you can't get in trouble for it. It's not like how the state is so fucking liberal, and it's so how the fuck can you not have a rule for that? And this is where you go on to why people do some of the stupid shit, because there's no accountability. Look at how many people, I just watched a video of a girl who was caught trying to kill her ex-husband's wife, and she only got 5 years. It's like, how do you only get 5 years for that? I mean, you see these people who they speed, they run away from the cops, they run into people, and they cause all this damage, and they get only a few years. And how many of these people that get DUIs you got? Oh, he has 10 DUIs. Well, why the fuck is he still driving? These laws or these prosecutors or whoever it is are judges. I don't know who to blame, but they're too fucking lenient anymore.
Prosecutors,
they're too
judges.
lenient anymore. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I grew up fearing jail, fearing prison. First of all, I grew up fearing my fucking parents, especially my dad, and I grew up getting in trouble, going to jail and going to prison. Nowadays, they don't give a fuck.
Right.
Because they know there's no consequence to their actions usually. It's and it's ridiculous. And I'm just, I want things to change. But people need to go back to where they need to fear their parents. I'm not saying you need to beat your kid with a belt. like, or abuse your kid, punch him in the face and punch him and leave bruises, but taking a
Well,
belt up and slapping him in the ass, they should fear that.
I think it's more of in an ideal situation with a man and a woman in the house, a mother and a father, that they respect you.
Right. Well,
and that you're consistent and you're there, and there are consequences for when you do bad things or do things wrong. I've never beaten a child. I've never beaten a woman, but your presence there to show them the right way to do things and to call them out when they do them wrong. It's a big deal. That's half the problem in from what you're talking about is there's single moms or single dads, and there's no family unit.
And that's like
it's a big deal.
It is, and it's proven that kids raised by a single mom are usually more problematic, and because but now again, it's been glamorized being a single mom. It's been glamorized being 16 and pregnant. It's been glamorized to, I don't need no man. And I mean, that's the biggest thing. It's like you need both parents.
My ex used to say this, that girls without fathers end up on stripper poles, and she was adamant that wasn't going to happen. So no further comments needed from you. Thank you.
I'm not going to say, but I
that's true.
I agree.
That's true.
Yeah, and a lot of those girls too, like the girls, 21-year-old, 24-year-olds, whatever, date these older guys because they're looking for like father figure. They're lacking.
I did see a comedian talking about daddy issues the other day. That was one of the girl comedians, and she was like, everyone talks about daddy issues like this girl is such a bad person because she has daddy issues. But if you think about it, it's not her fault that daddy left. The daddy issues are 100% on the men for not being there. And I agree with that. They have daddy issues because the daddy wasn't there, but
right.
It wasn't their fault that daddy wasn't there.
No, and I agree, and that's where
they just have to deal with the aftermath.
Well, the first thing I say is I know there's girls that like older men, and they may have a dad, but they just maybe, they love there's daddy girls and there's mama girls. There's daddy boys, mama boys, and like a daddy girl could still like older men because that guy who's older may have the same traits as their dad, which they love their dad, and so they're gonna kind of maybe go for older men because they're a daddy's girl type of thing. But as far as the
and by the way, I'm fine with that. If a younger woman wants an older man,
I'm fine with it too. But what's funny is
here's my number.
If a woman dates an older man, it's okay. But if a guy dates a legal younger girl, he's a pedophile. He's a pervert. He's like whatever.
Wait, you can't be a pedophile for dating someone that's of legal age.
Correct, but that's what women will call you.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Under sub 18, yeah, for sure.
But there's women out there that think if you date a 21-year-old and you're 40, 50, you're a pervert. You're a pedophile.
Oh, well, I mean, pedophile, that wouldn't apply because pedophile means that they're underage.
I know, but there's still women out there to say that.
Mm.
But as far as another thought, I lost my mind. But we were talking about women and younger men. God damn it! I had a good thought too.
I have no patience for pedophiles. Just like I said, I don't have patience for hitting kids or hitting women. There's just lines in the sand that you don't cross.
So a woman is throwing fists at you and hitting, punching you, and you wouldn't. What would you do to defend yourself?
Leave. Get out of the situation. Hopefully we'll never be in that situation. I have been before, and I just left. Just get out.
I agree. Get out. If it's I guess I've always, again, this is where we go to where I've never been in this situation, so I can't get maybe the mindset and the thinking, but I always thought, if you have a guy that beats you, why don't you just leave? Like, why are you?
That's a tough one for me too.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't understand that. I mean, I'm not there, but
I know a girl that's going through that right now, and she just keeps going back, and so I don't get it.
I mean, at some point you just got to wash your hands. And say, I can't be your support anymore because you keep going back to it. Sorry, I love you, but you need professional help or something. I can't do it, and it hurts me too much to see it. And so I
Yeah,
gotta move on.
to me, one time that's it. Like that's it. You're done.
Right, and like cheating. Like if I'm with a girl, she cheats on me, I'm probably gonna be done because like I don't see how. I mean, I say that now. I'm not gonna say I haven't dealt with an ex that was continuously talking to her ex. He lived in Spokane, way far away, but I caught her a bunch of times texting him, sexually texting him, and I put up with it. And that was my own low self-esteem.
But that's not beating.
No, but it just kind of goes on with why people will say with
That's trust.
somebody they shouldn't.
Yeah,
I guess. So, and it comes to self-esteem, it's kind of how you think, and it's how you're raised and how you feel. I was raised with low self-esteem from my family, and it took me a lot of years to kind of get over that.
hold on. This is a great conversation, but I need to double check the Mariners score.
All right, I'm gonna go, but
What's the next topic?
Well, I'm gonna continue this real quick. It took me a lot of years to get over it, and I went to counseling and all that. I still have my self-esteem issues, but I acknowledge them, and I'm more aware of them, and I'm more of getting myself out of that, and just being aware of it. And honestly, like I said, since I'm going to plug this because I think the last time I plugged it, the audio wasn't there, but I'm going to give a lot of my self-esteem credit, and this is not what she does. And it wasn't, I wasn't talking to her for this reason, but just what we talked about and a lot of the stuff we did with Amber changed me and changed a lot of my aspect on life. Before I even talked to Amber, I hated life. Before I talked to Amber Lee at the 13-Step Tarot, I'll plug her again because she's really changed my life a lot, and I need to get back talking with her. But every day I think, God, I don't hate life like I used to. I don't wake up and think, God, I fucking hate life. I just want to just fucking die in my sleep. I just wish, if I got in an accident, I just fucking say, just fucking kill me. So
she helped you.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm more positive now. I still have my issues where my whole family, we have anger issues. We do. I'm gonna admit it. We get.
But she helped. Amber helped you.
She did, and she still does, and I still talk to her when I can. But like, she's in the process of moving, and when she's done, I'm probably gonna sign up again for one of her classes she does. But
well, it's good to see where your head's at today compared to where it was a year and a half, 2 years ago. Right. It really is.
And she's the biggest inspiration of getting this going. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I just finally
go fucking do it, right?
And it's been fun, and it's been people enjoy it. I know you enjoy it. Vince enjoys it. Everyone else who seems to come on enjoy it. It's just getting the people, because people get so nervous about it. But it's like, once you're talking, you're just talking.
Yeah,
it's like you're not. It's like we're just sitting around having drinks, talking about this shit. But we're on mic.
I especially like it when everything gets recorded and saved, which doesn't always happen.
Well, at least my editing's gotten better.
We have to maybe look at the audio too, because I feel like right now my audio when I'm talking is not like I usually feel more bass in my ears, and I'm not quite hearing it, but it looks like we're being recorded. So
it is recorded, but it could be
boom. Let's go.
Yeah, all the mics are the same.
You'll edit that out.
I have
or not.
I actually just did a review for this thing.
Like an unboxing?
No, I mean, on Amazon I wrote a review.
Oh, you didn't do a Sean's critique?
No, but it's on there. But
Carmack
what
critique.
I wrote about it is, so this is the second one I bought, this interface, and it's a good starter. I mean, it's not the best. There's a lot of expensive good ones out there, but this one actually works pretty good. I like it. One thing I wish is it has 2 XLR mic hookups, which is these, and then it has 2 of the 3.5 millimeter for the microphones.
And they're a big difference on how they sound and how they record.
Now, but I have a splitter, so I have 2 mics into this one and 2 mics into the other one.
Oh yeah,
so it's better. The microphones. So the first one I bought was a 4 mic, which we're using now. The second one I bought, I bought the 48-volt condenser mics, and I wish I didn't, because those things, like right now, I have the air conditioner literally right. I'm touching it right now, right there, blowing on my face, and you can't hear it. Those condenser mics,
They would pick it up.
oh, they would pick up that. It would pick up
Static.
the fucking queef from the lady fucking down the street. Like, Jesus Christ. They are so fucking, they pick up everything. So I'm like, God damn, I can't ever use these because it's just too loud. Now, it might be good if we ever sat in the room with like a bunch of people and I just had two of those up. We could probably hear everybody just talk on two mics or whatever. So, but yeah, so I'm not going to use them. I don't.
How much money have you spent on gear?
I haven't added up, but it's got to be at least like maybe 1,000 or so, because like these were about 200. This was 179. The other one with the 4 mic was more like 2 something.
How much are these mics?
Well, the mics came with it. So the 4 bundle was the interface, the microphones, and it actually came with table stands.
You didn't do an unboxing video with this shit? This seems like some really cool gear. Like
I haven't done any unboxing videos, but
Hmm.
the cameras, were less than $100.
And what about these swing, like these rotating tripods?
Those were probably like in the $70 to $80 range. The tables and the chairs. So I mean, it's been a lot, but it's been worth it. I mean, we've gotten our use out of it. I mean, I could always resell it. Someone trying to get started if I ever decide not to do this anymore. But like I said, I want to keep this going. I just need to get people more interested in getting on here, and it's just more of getting that fear of being on camera out. And it's like, it's easy once you start doing it. Like the camera, you don't even see the camera. I mean, how often do you look at the camera?
Nah, the first couple of times I did, and I was actually kind of flirting with it and doing weird, goofy. I just, right. Wink, wink.
But now, like, nobody looks at it. I sometimes I do when I'm talking like two people out there.
No, it's more like a conversation.
Yeah, like I said. So that's why I try to make it people understand. And it's just, I know Vince is, really likes doing it. And like I said, I want to get more people to want to talk about movies. I like talking talking politics.
I thought you didn't want to talk politics.
Well, at first, but I've kind of changed my mind. Right now, I don't care. As I go, like I said, YouTube has its things you can and can't say and blah, blah, blah. But right now, I'm trying to get going. So we're going to do what we can. But I don't mind talking politics. I'm going to try to keep it, again, I may come out here and say, I'm MAGA, I'm right, this, and F the left. And then I may, who knows if the owners of the company I work for hear that and they're Democrats, complete left, and I get fired because of it.
I think it's more like what I was talking about. That most of us are a lot closer to each other than far apart. A lot of us are a lot more moderate.
And I agree, but there are extreme people out there.
Of course there are.
Look at all the people.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? How many people have been fired off TikTok because of their views?
1,900 as
Charlie Kirk.
1,900.
Yeah. Again, first of all, why are you... How dumb are you? And the thing is employers use social media now.
Yep.
When you're looking for a job,
HR is scanning that shit all the time.
Yeah. So, that's one thing in my mind, because there's times where it's like, okay, what if I ever need another job? I need to make sure I'm not going to be some whatever out here. And so half these TikTokers, they get fired because they do this day in the life, and then they show themselves doing these TikToks at work, and they wonder why they get fired. Because you're supposed to be working.
Right.
It's like, what the hell do you think? Like, Jesus. Like, I hate cell phones even being in my warehouse. We're not really supposed to allow it, but I do, and I don't care. And people are on it, and there's downtime, and I'm fine with that. But when we're busy and someone's on the phone, I'm like, hey, no, put the phone away. We're working. I get it. People
it's like that cell phone in school thing. Same conversation. Right. There's a time for it. It's
right.
Not then.
And I'm rarely on my phone at work. If I am, it's because I'm usually texting with a group text with my boss and all the other, managers around. But
for me, it depends on if I'm with customers or working home office. If I'm with customers, I'm not on it at all.
Right.
But if I'm at home office, I'm on there. I check stuff all the time.
Right, and I'm the same way. I
check
rarely
stocks and investments, and
I mean, I try to set the example. Like, I'm not going to tell you to get off your phone, then I'm going to be sitting around my phone. Like,
right.
I'm not that way. Like, people might see me texting, but it's usually if I'm texting at work. Like, if you text me or call me at work, I go into my office, shut my door. I don't just talk out loud.
You mostly just play music real loud and race around on forklifts.
At one time, yeah. Did I post that?
I don't think so.
I did post one. Or maybe I don't think. Maybe I didn't put it on Facebook. But there was one time where I was in the Raymond, and I was going around.
Could be. I had
all the lights out.
I don't do Facebook, but
just the light of the forklift, and I was like around the
rebel.
No, it's stupid, but
a rebel without a clue.
You know, the thing is I think about. I'm so glad. First of all, I am glad there wasn't social media when I was 21, 18, 20. Because I probably would have done a lot of stupid shit, said a lot of stupid shit. So I understand why these younger youth are doing that. I get it, kind of do it.
But my kids came, like I said, they were the first wave. They came up. They were getting phones when they were probably 12, 13, whatever. And now I would want to probably try to push it until 16, though it would be a challenge to do that. But both of my kids are internet savvy, and they will come to me and say, well, my son will, and he'll say, hey, I saw what you posted. I saw what your comment was, and you need to understand that it's not just you out there. I'm out there. Lily's out there. And, monitor yourself. And so sometimes I'm good at that, and sometimes I'm not. But my kids are responsible online. Right, and a lot of that has to do with parenting, which is good. But it also has to do with the influencers weren't a big thing then. Right.
And so then that's nowadays people see all these influencers and all this money, and half of them are fake. Half of them don't make as much money as they think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, looking at everything you have to do to start being monetized. You were just totally blurry there for a second. It's Jesus. I have to get I have to get like 500 subscribers. Here, I'm going to do right now. I'll tell you this is why I always tell people to like and subscribe. And this is why I set you up, and I want you to you need to start liking the videos and stuff, because it goes a long ways, and liking the shorts and watching the shorts, because it goes a long way with getting monetized. But I'm going to go right now. I'm going to go see where's my
and I've told a bunch of people about this, but I haven't shared the link because I've been cautious about what I say, and we've talked offline about this.
Well, why don't you?
Sometimes I say stuff that I don't. I have to go back and watch it and go, okay, am I okay with that? And I think today is good. Today's really good.
I think at first I wasn't as diligent to edit and whatever, because my thing was, well, I told you and you said it's too bad, but now I'm more diligent, because I don't want you when you get to a point where you are saying shit that you're going to regret, which I have more of a grasp of what you're going to regret.
What do you mean? Is that like in the third drink in?
I don't know what drink in it is, but if you go back through and watch some of the older ones, and there's stuff that you would man it out, fine. I'm fine with that. I don't want. That's the thing this is why I'm trying to be like with the last one we did. I edited a shit ton out. Because there was a 4-hour podcast. I think even longer than that, but also because I want you to share it and not be scared of what.
Yeah, I just have to be aware of what I'm saying. That I realize it's going to go online and it's going to be on the internet forever, and that's fine. So
before I can even...
There's stuff I don't mind being honest and open about.
Before I can start being monetized, I have to have 500 subscribers, which I'm at 25. 3 video uploads, which are done. 40 valid 3,000 valid public watch hours. I'm at 40. 3 million valid public short views. I'm at 4.8 thousand. So it's not easy.
Right.
It's not easy. So you have to.
You got to keep pumping content.
Right.
And
exactly.
then get people to look at it. Okay.
And it has to be.
No, I'll help with that.
It has to be, like I said, content that hits and content that gets people like, hey, I want to watch that. Dude, that's awesome shit. Let's watch that. Or, that's why I try to, I'm trying to be less the host and stuff and more in, like the first few, I was just totally focused on what I was doing and not the conversation, which I'm more engaged now. But I also I'm funny. I'm a funny guy. I make people laugh at work all the time. But on here, I'm not that same. When I watch Vince, how he makes everyone laugh, and I'm the same way as Vince, but I can't do it here sometimes because I'm doing other things, and I want to be more engaged where I can be a smart ass and get people to laugh, and I want other people to watch it and be like, fuck, that'd be a fun podcast to come on. So that's.
I think Vince loves this chair. He loves being on this.
He does, and actually, he was going to be on it this weekend, but then he forgot he had plans.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm fine with that. So, but yeah, so like I said, all these influencers that have all this money. I mean, it's been proven that a lot of that shit's fake. A lot of there's things out there like there's studios that look like a jet. You can pose in like you're flying a jet, and there's all this stuff. You can get fake money and all that. I mean, it takes a lot to get monetizing it popular. And like I said, so I don't believe half the ones you see. But kids don't know that. They see.
You mean like Jake Paul?
Yeah. I mean, he did a lot of controversial shit too, but he got big off it. And
then there's the flip side, which is the OnlyFans side.
There is that. So, and yeah, but it's just, you want content that people are going to watch. And
what's the signal I need to give you when it's time to refill?
Just say, hey, I need a refill.
Oh.
Take a break.
Let's take a break.
All right. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in 2 and 2. All right. We're back. So, one thing, here's the next topic I'm going to bring up. And it's going to be out 3-Eye Atlas. Have you been watching anything on that?
What is it?
3-Eye Atlas.
Mm-mm.
Well, you know what that is.
I don't.
We've talked about it a few times. The interstellar object.
Oh, is there something heading towards us?
Yeah, the interstellar object. It's the third one in history, but it's supposed to be here like next month, November. People don't know if a lot of people think it's extraterrestrial and all that.
What is it? Where is it? What's going on? Inform us.
How do you not remember? We had like a couple of podcasts.
No, I remember we talked about it, but I've not seen anything about it. And I'm on social medias and I watch news, like I just haven't heard it. Is it a conspiracy theory?
It's been a conspiracy theory, but all right, do this. 3-Eye Atlas is the third confirmed interstellar object, a comet, discovered entering our solar system. Named after the Atlas survey that found it in July 2025, its hyperbolic or unbound trajectory means it came from outside our solar system and will not return. Scientists are studying it for its composition and other properties, which will help them understand interstellar objects and the conditions in the ancient Milky Way's thick disk from which it originated. I don't know why that made me laugh. Sounded dirty.
Thick disk.
So the conspiracy is a lot of people are thinking it's
That was my college nickname.
thick disk. A lot of people think it's an extraterrestrial, it's aliens. It's because it's supposed to be closest to Earth around like I think October, November.
Could be, right?
So anyway, you can read up on it and do a lot of things.
I'll Google it.
One of the things I've been watching, and it kind of makes more sense now, but do you know what Project Bluebeam is?
What is it?
Project Bluebeam.
Bluebeam?
Yes.
Oh.
This has been around for a while, too.
That might sound familiar. Does this have to do with like what happened in Hawaii?
What do you mean, the fires?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
It's not like a blue beam they shoot to the earth.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'll read what Project Bluebeam is. And if you think about 3-Eye Atlas and all the UFO sightings now, the government has confirmed, and all these UFO sightings now you see every day, everywhere. People are saying, oh, what's that? Blue UFO, blah, blah, blah. And then like this, people saying this is a UFO and all this stuff kind of intertwines with this. So Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory that originated in the 1990s. It alleges a covert operation by global elites to establish a world government by orchestrating fake celestial or supernatural events using futuristic NASA technology. According to the theory, advanced holographic technology would be used to project images of religious figures or extraterrestrial invasions in the sky tailored to specific cultural beliefs. These phenomena would aim to deceive populations, creating global panic and dismantling existing religious and social structures. The theory outlines several alleged stages. First, earthquakes would be triggered to unearth hidden artifacts, proving existing religions are false. Next, holographic projections would simulate the return of divine figures, customized to each region, followed by a unifying God speaking to all people. It posits the technology would manipulate human thoughts, creating the illusion of direct communication with deities and simulating an alien invasion to justify authorization control.
Sounds like the space trilogy.
Well, but just think about it now, how the
C.S.
government's
Lewis?
kind of slowly confirmed these UAPs, they call them now, UFOs. They changed it to UAP, but and now
what is UAP? Unidentified
aerial phenomenon.
Hmm.
But now with there's some validity to it. I mean,
what was wrong with UFO?
I don't know why they got to change shit. But as far as Project Bluebeam and all this, I mean, is it an alien spacecraft? Is it just a meteor?
I don't know. I've only ever heard about it twice, maybe 3 times now, and it's been from you every time. I've never heard anything about it.
Well, it's a big thing, and I've
never heard about it.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Wait, how is it a big thing and I've never heard about it?
Well, because honestly, it's a big thing if you watch a lot of YouTube stuff.
Oh, I don't go on YouTube.
Right. So, but it is, and it's like people keep talking about it, and then I don't know. Here's my thing: is what if this thing was headed towards Earth? What do you think? We wouldn't know. The government wouldn't tell us.
Isn't it?
Well, it's not going to hit Earth, but it's going to be.
Where's it headed towards?
Its orbit's going to come close to Earth.
Oh, okay. That's why I haven't heard about it, because there's no imminent danger.
It's like the third one that's come out of from outside of our solar system. Like I said, I've been reading where it's been leaving trails of like pure nickel or something like that, which I don't know how they know that, and it's like it's changed speed and course, and I don't know. It's interesting, and this whole Project Bluebeam, if you watch a lot of these things, and like I said, nowadays every time you turn the YouTube on, there's all these videos that look at these weird anomalies. It's always some kind of UFO thing, which I think a lot could be explained. I mean, there's got to be intelligent life out there. Are they coming to save us? Are they coming to destroy us? Is it just a comet? Is it going to hit Earth? Would they tell us? No, they wouldn't tell us. But you look at all these people that are building bunkers. You know, what's his name? The Facebook guy. And
A lot of people do that, but they're more kind of.
yeah, but all these people are buying these big ass plots of lands in Hawaii and putting bunkers in. In fact, I was actually saw a good interesting thing about Elon Musk. How his whole thing about wanting to go to Mars, and if you look at everything he's done, kind of is showing how he wants to go to Mars, like the electric car, because obviously when you're on Mars, you don't have fuel. You got to have electricity.
Oh, he wants to go to Mars,
and all these robots and stuff he's making. Yeah, you got to have labor.
Have you seen Tesla stock over the last
I have not
90 days? Oh my God.
But everything it makes and does is like
he's
planning to live on Mars.
Totally.
Because like I said, you got to have electric cars, we got to have labor.
He's got the boring
robots.
company, he's got space flight.
You got to build the infrastructures there and just everything he's been doing is like he's doing it here, preparing to go live on Mars.
He has advanced electric cars and space flight and data gathering more than anybody else over the last 5 years. He's a visionary. I almost feel bad that he got involved in the political world. He jumped in like head over, like he jumped all in 100%, and he got burnt. And it's good. He should be working on his companies, not politics. Here I got one for you. This is in from an outside source. It's a question. I'll read it to you. Are you ready? Here's the question.
My kids.
Here's the question.
Children.
That's not my kids.
Children.
No, it is about children, but here's the question. If you would have had any suspicion that your children may not be yours biologically, would you want to know? Would you have had tests done to find out? Especially if they were young and you were paying child support. So that's a question. That's a question from a woman that's being asked these questions.
I think paternity should be mandatory.
Paternity tests.
Yes.
Yeah. Whether you're married or not, just right out of the right,
Correct.
like right when they're born, do the test, log it along with the birth certificate. That's not a bad idea.
Well, okay. So here's what I do know.
DNA.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Washington State, if I were to date a single mom, and let's say the dad was out of the picture and there's no support, and she moved, like we said, I dated Elizabeth, right?
And she moves in.
And she moves in, and I was a father figure to your kid. And then after a certain amount of time, if we were to break up and leave,
is it 7
she
years?
could get child support from me.
Is it 7 years?
I don't even think it's 7 years. I'm not sure how many years.
I don't know the facts.
Technically, she could get child support from me because I was a father figure to that kid.
I mean, I've never been in that situation. I know that both of my children are my children. There's no question about. I know exactly when they were conceived. I know exactly when they were born, and I have my hands on them. But it's a great conversation, though.
Right, and you know that, and what I'm about to say is just understand. But there's a lot of people that think that, but when it's not their kid.
Yeah. No, for sure.
One of my aunts, when she was born, they told my grandma that they had a boy, but then they ended up bringing her a girl. And there was a lot of baby thefts, baby mix-ups back then, in that era. And she acts like the family, which you can pick up. If you grew up with the people long enough, you pick up mannerisms and all that. But as far as looks, I would say she's different. And I would say I've always wondered if she's really, I have an uncle out there I don't know about? Maybe was there a mix up? I mean, how do you tell you're just a baby boy, and then all of a sudden you got a girl?
But in those instances, you just raise those children, and they're your children. So I think you answered the question that this girl's asking. She's asking if she's in a situation where she has a 10-year-old or an 11-year-old, and she's in a battle with her ex, and he's demanding DNA testing to say it's maybe not even mine after 10 years,
well,
11 years, 12 years.
Here's the thing on that.
It's
Why not do it to ease his mind?
Yeah, no, I agree.
You like a woman. Here's the thing: women don't have to can't understand because they know it's their kid.
Oh,
so they don't know what
sure.
they don't know what it's like to wonder.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
I like
so
your idea.
Does it hurt to say, okay, baby, yeah, you get pissed because I have a couple takes on this. One, is it going to hurt you to do that to ease the guy's mind? There's so many.
I think she's battling for continued child support, and he's maybe trying to argue it as if it's not his.
And then do it.
Do the DNA
and prove it.
I like your idea
But
where you say it should be done at birth.
Yeah, and here's the thing, though.
As the baby's coming out, you should be tapping that guy's DNA and just record it along with the birth certificate.
Right.
It's just that's his or not.
I mean, I think you can do it before it's born. Honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
So
why not?
I mean, because sometimes once the kid's born, you names on the certificate, you're fucked.
Well, and you may choose to raise him anyways.
Correct, but
you should know. You should know.
I think, in my opinion, and this might right, but most women, and maybe I'm wrong in this case, but most women who fight that
is
for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's my point.
Right.
If you're that confident he's the father, then you should have no problem, and you should be okay to ease his mind and because guess what? If once you do it and show it's his, he's going to be a different person because I may think it's my kid, but not know, and I'm always going to wonder. But once I 100% know it's my kid, I'm going to be more wanting to take responsibility.
Yeah, just do the test.
Involved. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't. It's a great point.
But like I said, women don't. They know it's their kid. Guys don't have that luxury.
In my personal life, I've never had to deal with that, but I'm dealing with a lot of different
you don't,
people.
but there's a lot of guys who think the same way, but should have because it wasn't their kid. They don't find out till years later, and then it's like, what the fuck, and then it's like, okay, well, now I'm pissed because it's not my kid, but I raised you, so I love you, but now I feel betrayed. So they go through, and it fucks their minds because, like, how would that fuck your mind if all of a sudden your wife came and said, "Oh, by the way,
all of a sudden
that's not your daughter.
Lily's not my daughter.
Lily's not your daughter."
Yeah.
You would be like,
well, I mean, Lily will always be my daughter.
Right,
and
she will, but
it'd
still fuck with your mind because you'd be like, you would be pissed because you were betrayed, and you'd be pissed because you would be like, hey, I wouldn't have done anything different. I still would have loved her and raised her, but it's still all of a sudden that is there, and that's even worse because now it's like, give me the choice to fucking be there.
Yeah, head games.
Tell me, hey, I fucked around you. I'm pregnant. You know what, baby? I don't care. We're married. I'll love the kid. I'll raise it. At least and you could be the bigger person. But
or in a legal battle where it's definitely you think it's not yours, then you shouldn't have to pay if it's not yours.
Right, and that's like I said. That's one thing about the state of Washington I hate is that there's a lot of fucked up laws. And
I'm so happy that I didn't have to deal with any of that.
Well, that's the people.
I'm lucky
because like I do these dating apps,
lucky,
and I talk to people and. And it's like, yeah, I don't have kids. And like, oh, why don't you have kids? And it's like, because I didn't want to be fucked. I didn't want to be stuck with the wrong girl to have kids with, or I guess I wanted to be with the girl that I was going to spend my life with and have kids with. So I was always careful because I didn't want to be broke paying for a kid that I didn't really want at the time. And I wanted to make sure I wanted to be with the girl I was going to marry and have a life with. And I didn't want a kid to have a broken home and all that bullshit. So it wasn't in my cards for me. But I know, do I have regrets not having kids? Yes and no. I'm glad I didn't have a kid with the wrong girl where she's stuck in my life forever. No matter what, there's always going to be there. And so I'm happy with that. But I think it also kind of did me a disservice because I think having kids helps you learn patience,
develop. Oh yeah.
yes, and all that. And I think that's one thing I could definitely use is having the patience, understanding, being more
You could always
parental
adopt.
and shit like that.
You could always adopt.
Well, I don't want kids. I mean, like I said, if I ended up meeting a girl who's like 30, 35, whatever, no kids or one kid, and then she's like, oh, I'd love to have another kid. I mean, I'm not, or even if I actually got her pregnant, fine. Hey, we have a kid, great.
Oh, you can still do that?
I mean, I'm able to have kids if I needed to, yeah.
No, I'm clipped. I can't. I'm shooting blanks.
My worry is I always say, you know, when I win the lottery and I'm a millionaire, I'm going to get a vasectomy. That way I don't have to worry about these false, claims. But then I'm thinking, my luck, I'd do it and it'd be botched and I would never get fucking hard again.
We're gonna circle this back to Charlie Kirk real quick.
Okay.
So a lot of guys, like when you this is how I was when I was 20, mid 20s. I always wanted to have everything perfect financially, have everything lined up before I had babies. And the truth of the matter is, and this is a big thing for Charlie, is it doesn't matter. The thing that matters is have babies, raise a family, get tied into some kids, get tied into your woman, and make it work. And that's how it goes. Like you're not going to, when you're young and you're able to have babies and you're able to spend 20 years raising them, you're probably not going to be perfect. You're probably not going to have everything lined up. And the point is, work together as a family, raise your kids, and then make your money as you go. And that's what we did. And it worked. And honestly, it worked out. I'm not married now, but 27 years raising kids, I wouldn't have changed that for anything.
Well, yeah, because if you wait, well, I'm going to wait until I'm ready.
It's too late.
When do you know you're ready? You're never going to be ready.
You're never going to be ready.
So, yeah, I get that. But at the same time, you don't just go out and fuck a girl and have a kid and say, oh, there we go.
Correct.
I believe in the family dynamic. I believe back in like the 50s and
Yeah.
shit, 60s, marriage lasted. Because you know what? The woman stayed at home, which I'm not saying the women should, but the woman stood at home and took care of the family. The man went to work. And there was no social media, so the woman couldn't meet all these random guys. The guy couldn't meet all these random girls. Yeah, if the guy cheated, probably someone from work, but at the same time, there was more of a family dynamic. The mother, the father, the kids, the white picket fences, everybody, worked. There was all probably, I want to say it was all probably middle class. Like,
There was no internet.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So it worked. And the family dynamic is what people have gotten away from.
Yeah.
It's now this women are empowered and I don't need no man.
That's why I think this big movement that's happening now, because Charlie, we're getting back to him now, because he is a martyr. He is definitely a martyr. He is
100%.
MARTYR in the last 10 days. That movement's going to get so massive, and I hope it does push people.
I'll make sure to spell that on the.
Thank you.
When you do it.
Do it in all caps. But I hope it does go that way, and I hope that people start. Here's the problem, because you need young people, you need population to drive an economy,
right?
And our population is not. There's so many kids today that are not having babies, my kids included, and they're not interested in raising families. And it's like, well, how do you expect to drive an economy if you don't have families flourishing and driving the economy?
Well, that's the problem. There's kids who are interested in having babies.
Yeah,
and
that
then
generation.
You got the other side where
is that Gen Z?
They want to just
is that Gen Z?
Right now
I think it's Z.
Right now we're in Gen Alpha, but yeah, Gen Z is.
So my kids are Gen Z.
Yes, I think that goes up to 2012.
Yeah,
because we were just looking at that the other day. But yeah, and I think, like I said, you got almost like two sides. You got the ones that, okay, they don't want families, they don't want kids because whatever. But then you got the ones that they not necessarily want kids, but they have kids because they don't want to work. So the more kids, the more money they have. And then again, it's all fucked up because they want to have kids and think they can do it without help, but you can't. You got to have both parents. Like men are different from women. The man is more like putting his foot down and like this is no.
You got to have both
know.
parents, and you almost have to have grandparents at this point. I mean, that's the only way I was able to raise my 2 kids is because of her parents.
And see, and part of my fucked up childhood is like with Vince, our grandparents could give a shit about their grandkids. Like they would have Christmas parties, but it'd only be their kids, no grandkids.
Are we going on break?
Do we need to go on break?
Maybe.
Shut up!
Are you going to dress up for Halloween?
Whatever. My Halloween party?
Yes. Are you going to dress up for that?
Am I going to have one or are you going to have one?
I'm not going to have one. There's a couple of different Halloween events in Seattle. There's one called the Haunted Soiree.
The Haunted Stripper Pole?
Haunted Soiree, which I went to last year with Annabelle. It was a great party. And I think I'm going to go to that one again. I just got to find the right girl to go. And there's another one called Pumpkin Sutra, which I'm very interested in. And it's more of kind of like a sexy kind of pumpkin carving. Like all the pumpkins are carved into these like pornographic pictures. And then there's like shadow displays going on. It's all very hot.
I mean, if I have a party here, I'll probably dress
No, I'm
up.
talking about buying tickets and going to events down in Seattle.
Oh.
It's fun.
Why do you ask? To be dressing up?
Yeah, I have my costume that I dressed up in last year. It was Father James, and I was a priest, and I did it. I did it at 3 different parties, 3 slightly different variations, and it all went off very well. And so I might do that again, but right now I'm just trying to get interest. Like trying to find the right people to go.
What, you asking?
No. Are you female?
Well, I don't know. Nowadays, I can say I am.
Can you identify as a female?
I can't.
Oh God, this has just got weird. We need to go on break.
All right. We will take a break and be back.
We can talk about
All
it.
right. We're back. What's the further guidance on that last question?
Oh, the question was about DNA testing.
Yeah, I know. What's the
I was just reading my text, and the guidance was not. It's not about this girl's baby and her. I'm going to say the word. Are you ready?
vagina?
No, baby daddy. I know you like vagina. You don't like baby daddy.
It just sounds like fucking
Well, baby daddy is
trailer
descriptive.
trash.
It's descriptive though. It tells who
the
is,
father of my baby,
Yeah.
the mother of my child. Like baby daddy, baby mama. That's just it's trash.
Well, I mean, baby mama's not really a thing because the mom knows.
Well, the guy says baby mama.
Ah, that's right. So no, her question is, she's actually talking to a younger person that's going through some custody battles, and he's like mid-30s, and he's actually questioning, like right now today, are both of my children or not? Because he's found out that she's cheating. So that's a valid question.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you 100% know they're your kids
100%.
because you know your wife, and you know she wasn't unfaithful.
And I know I was there at the time. I know I can tell you to the minute when both of my kids were conceived.
What face did you make?
I almost made it.
But that's my point. But then when you find out your girl's been unfaithful, yeah, of course you're gonna have
Yeah.
those doubts. Again, what is it gonna hurt?
I think
To
with
do
the
it.
point that you made to where as soon as they identify there's a baby in there, they should do DNA testing.
Correct.
Just as a automatic.
Right, because again, you women out there, you 100% know it's your kid.
Yep.
You never
And-
have to
and-
doubt that.
And
But
they
like, I will.
probably
Can.
also know who the baby daddy is too at that point.
Honestly, yes, but I think
They have a
there
real
are
good
some
idea.
women out there that are horse enough that may not fucking know. They may have it down to like 1 or 2 or 3 guys, but
Well, in that case, you definitely want DNA because that's a
well,
big
but that's the whole
responsibility.
thing is And that's the whole problem is the guy. How does a guy know? Like my last girlfriend, Erica. I'm gonna call you out. I trusted her like no end. I never, ever once ever thought she would cheat on me, and as far as I know, she never did. I don't believe she ever did, because it's just you just get that you just know those people when you're around. She never hid her phone. She never was ever. She never put her phone face down. She never was hiding a text. She was always open about shit. I mean, she had the code to my phone. In fact, I could probably grab her phone, and she wouldn't care. You know, and the thing about like Vince and Trish, Vince has grabbed Trish's phone thinking it's his and started using it and be like, oh shit, this is Trish's phone. I love that because Trish don't give a fuck. Because
they got nothing to hide.
Yes, and that's my point.
Yeah.
But there's some people that hide that shit. That's my dating nowadays sucks because I use the Facebook one. The first picture is like always like, oh man, she's pretty cute. And then you go through the other ones and they look totally different from the first picture they post. And it's like, okay, that's obviously a filter. Like, why?
I've not done the apps at all yet.
I mean, why put a photo of
I don't think I'm going
what
to.
you don't look like now?
Yeah.
Just because you're just going to disappoint the person.
And does it matter looks?
No. I mean, obviously you got to be attracted to the person, but
you got to be attracted. Yeah.
Right. But no, I'm more attracted to someone by their personality and who they are as a person than I am their physical body.
Or if they show up on time.
Well, yeah. But if I see a picture of a girl and she's like, holy shit, she's fucking like the picture's like really nice. And then all of a sudden it's like when you see him, she's totally different because the picture's like 20 years ago. It's like, come on. Like, you know, just be, if you're fake about that, then what else are you fake about?
That's catfish, right?
Yes. Well, yes. Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, that's the problem too with dating. I don't know if you've ever, and maybe next time we do a podcast, I need to get a monitor, and there are so many videos of women like how they look like normal, and then once they do all their makeup, they look 180 degrees different. And like,
can I say one thing?
Holy shit!
Can I say one thing?
What?
About should we not drop names? I should not drop names.
Well, it depends on what point you're at, because I don't know if you want to, and I don't want later on not edit it out and you get mad at me.
Okay, I'm going to drop a name. I'm just going to say this girl, Katie, who you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so when you see her stuff online and when you see her when she's working, there's a certain look which is very hot, I think. And there's makeup involved and all that. But she sends me pictures that are not makeup related, and I almost think they're hotter without the makeup.
Yeah, I'm the same way. When I dated Erica, she would put.
I mean, she looks super fucking smoking hot, in my opinion. And you know this about me, about her. Those pictures are very, very good. But when she's stripped down and there's like not stripped down, but like no makeup, it's it's almost better.
It is, because that's the natural them, and that's what the natural them you're going to see. And like Erica, I thought Erica was beautiful. There was a time where she would put makeup on, and I was not attracted to her when she was dressed up to go out with makeup on.
Yeah,
that she was without it. I'll have to reach out to Katie and try to get her interested in coming on.
Yeah, good luck. Hopefully you can. So far, no luck on my side.
But I don't know. I like to get. We've had one female on. I haven't even posted that one.
You need to edit that shit and post it. That was actually fun. That was a good night.
I should go through. I'll try to go through it again and see what I can do. But
have you talked to her?
Not really. I don't talk to her that much, just here and there.
I've got some stuff that she might be interested in. I sent you the pictures. You can't really talk about it right now.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll have to reach out again. Like I said, I need to maybe I can get I like to get Brittany and Chad on, but I don't want both of them on at the same time, because I like one of them to be out. Maybe Brittany can come on and Chad can watch the kids, and Elizabeth can come over and the kids could be out there playing or something.
All right. So what's our next topic? I think my next topic is I'm probably going to race home shortly.
That's fine. Have you seen the movie? I watched First Blood today.
For the first time?
No, not the first time.
That's Stallone?
Stallone.
Yeah, that's the precursor to Rambo.
I was watching some interesting facts on that, which I'll bring up real quick. So, you know the part where he jumps off the cliff?
Yeah.
He actually did that himself and broke ribs.
Yeah.
So when he hits and he's like,
Stallone's real.
real.
Stallone's fucking legit.
And then one of the stuntmen got his nose broke by him, which is in the film. And there's 2 points. It's when he starts fighting the cops in the beginning. And I don't know which one it is, but I think it's the cop that's running down the hall and he elbows the, because they said they kept it in because it was real. And then he was actually in the book. I don't know if it was in the book, but they were actually going to kill him off. He was supposed to die.
Oh, Stallone's character?
At the end of that film. The Colonel, Troutman, was supposed to be shoot him and kill him. But the actor, Stallone's like, no, that's not going to happen. And then Michael Douglas is supposed to play Troutman in that. But he turned it out because they're going to kill him. Then they gave it to the other guy.
Which
but
was
yeah,
who?
the Colonel Troutman.
Yeah, I don't know who that actor is.
God damn, I
can see his face.
I can't think of his name.
He's been in a lot of movies.
But Michael Douglas is supposed to play him, and then part of it was because they're going to kill Rambo off. They didn't want to, which would suck because then we wouldn't have the second one was good. Then after that, they kind of got cheesy. But
Stallone is an American. He's an American icon. Stallone is an American icon. I said that twice, but it was worth repeating. Sylvester Stallone.
Richard Crenna. Richard Crenna.
Yeah.
But yeah. So,
do you agree with that or not?
Oh, Stallone's awesome. I mean, do you watch the Expendable movies?
I'm Expendable adjacent. I've seen some episodes here and there, but I don't think I've watched from the beginning.
The movies?
Yeah.
They're actually pretty good. It's good. They're cheesy. They're like the B movie kind of action, just mindless shit, but they're fun. And I love them because Statham's in them, because, it's my man crush. But,
right.
And Megan Fox is in like the latest one. But Wesley Snipes in one of them, like the third or fourth.
Whatever happened to Snipes? He was like almost great and then not quite got there.
Well, what happened to him is he went to fucking prison because of tax evasion. But yeah, like he was the best Blade. So about that. So he was in the Expendables. I don't remember which one. And what's funny is they break him out of prison and they're sitting there talking. And he has a line where it's like, oh, what are you in for? And he's like, tax evasion. So it was kind of funny because that's what he was in for.
That's actually what he was in for, yeah.
But if he played Blade, Marvel, Blade, have you ever seen the Blade movies?
No.
So Wesley Snipes was Blade. Awesome movies. Fucking love those movies. My favorite.
You know, I'm not a Marvel guy.
Well, that's fine. But in Wolverine, with Deadpool versus Wolverine movie, he's in that, and he there's a point where they go and meet these guys, and then they show Elektra, which is by what's her name, comes in, and then Blade walks in, and it's pretty badass. And then there's a point in the movie where he's like, "There's only going to be one Blade," but I love him as Blade. He's awesome. And then Ryan Reynolds is in Blade Trinity with Jessica Biel, and what's funny about that is Ryan Reynolds is actually played. So Hannibal Smith is what he played in Blade, which is a Marvel. And then he's actually played a DC character, which was Green Lantern, which flopped because it sucked.
This is your Garrett episode.
Yeah, and then he played he played Deadpool in the Wolverine Origins movie, which was a horrible take on him, and then he actually played the right Deadpool. So anyway, yeah. So
Yeah, very good.
But Wesley Snipes, yeah, I like Passenger 57, dude. These movies are pretty badass. I like Wesley Snipes. I think one of the biggest overrated, or maybe underrated, I should say. I love him. I don't think about him, but I think he's a badass. Is Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah, he's in a lot of good movies. He's in some good adaptations of some books that I've read before. I'm trying to remember who the author is, but yeah, Louis Gossett Jr. he's good.
My number 2 movie he's in is Iron Eagle. I don't know if you've seen that. It's the 80s. And the first one I love him is fucking one of my favorite movies is Diggstown.
Diggstown?
Diggstown.
Oh, Diggstown.
Him and God damn it, what I just had his name. James Woods. James Woods.
Back in the day.
And him are in it, and then there's another guy, I can't think of his name. But they are trying to con this town, and Louis Gossett Jr. has to fight 10 guys in one night. It's a badass movie. I recommend watching Diggstown if you want to get boxing movie.
Was he one of the cops with oh my god, who's the guy from Mad Max?
What?
Who's the guy from Mad Max?
You talking about Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson. So was Louis Gossett Jr. in movies with Mel Gibson?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm thinking about the wrong guy. That's why I'm not great at movies.
I could be wrong. I just can't think of any.
All right.
I know Mel Gibson or Louis Gossett Jr. did a movie with Chuck Norris. So
I'll have to Google him.
All right. Well, I think it was a good podcast.
Yeah, even though we burned 45 minutes.
That's such a good. But I think we went over what we talked about.
Yeah, we went.
I don't think it was as good as the first take.
It was the first take. The first take was really, really good. Here's what you got to do: you got to turn it over to one of those companies that does AI voiceovers and just have them fill in the words. There's some good shit out there right now.
Hey,
especially for sports.
Well, I think my next step is going to be looking into new cameras because this one keeps kind of blurring you out. Every once in a while I look over, you're blurry, then it focuses on you.
Well, it's probably because I cross my eyes up. I go like...
Probably.
Yeah.
But, all right, then. We'll end it here. I'll try to get more people on. I'll see if I can get Dixie on. I think it'll be good political talk there. And then try to get one with Vince and someone who can talk about movies and shit. And,
my friend Jason might want to come on. I'm pinging him already. And then I'll try to get some girls on too. But you know, me with girls, they come and they go.
I mean, I could put a poll up and they could talk while they dance.
That's a different batch of girls.
They can serve me coffee as they talk.
Good night.
All right. Bye.
Like and subscribe.